Let's make a cute holiday themed scrunchie inspired by Santa Claus. Welcome, I do sewing and DIY related content, and today using some cotton material, some faux fur, and some elastic, we are going to be making a scrunchie with tails that's almost Santa Claus themed inspired. So for this, first you will be cutting out a 7-inch piece of elastic, and then we will be moving on to our fabric. So for our fabric, we are going to be cutting out an 18-inch by 3.5-inch rectangle. This is for the main scrunchie portion, and then you're going to be just doing that again, and this will be for our tail portion. So two different fabric rectangles that we're going to be having. Now, in addition, we are going to be needing the faux fur. So for the faux fur, you can see faux fur has that very fuzzy side and then the kind of more scratchy back side. You are going to be wanting to cut this out in the back, and you'll be cutting it out the width of the scrunchie, so 3.5 inches, and then cutting it out by a 3 inches, so 3 by 3.5 inch square, and you're going to be cutting two of these. This is going to be that little decorative edge on the scrunchie to give it the faux fur, very similar to like Santa Claus's red and white look. So now with that, we are going to be adding that little square onto one of the red cotton rectangles. So on the short edge, you'll be matching those short edges together and then pinning in place. And then we will be taking a seam directly across both of those to add it onto that tail. Now in addition, we are going to be taking our scrunchie material and we're going to be folding it so that the long edges are together. And then you're just going to be pinning this up. Now for either end, you're going to be leaving about an inch, inch and a half gap on either end, so starting from one quilting clip, sewing all the way down to the second quilting clip. So now I'm going to go over to my sewing machine, just sew that faux fur into place. So again, this was right sides together. I'm just taking a straight stitch. I did not have any issues using a regular presser foot and a regular needle. If you do, you could always try to use a walking foot just to give it a little bit more movement with the fur. Then for our scrunchies, you can see I started the first quilting clip and then just sewing all the way till I get to the second quilting clip, so not actually going to the edge of the fabric. Now that I have that done, I am going to turn this right side out. So I'm going to be using my safety pin, attaching it to the scrunchie tube, pushing it inside the scrunchie tube, and then turning this right side out. I have found that this is the quickest way to do this, but of course you could use a turning tool, a chopstick, a pencil, whatever you wanted to help push that fabric through. Once you have this turned right side out, you are then going to be grabbing the short ends and matching them together. So as you can see here, I'm just using my fingers to adjust any of that fabric, and then I'm just going to be pinning this up so that I'm able to then go through and take a seam all the way across there. So what this little seam is going to do is it's going to allow us to have this completed tube that we're able to use for our scrunchie. You could use quilting clips or pins, it really is a matter of personal preference. Then for our tail, as you can see, we have some of this extra faux fur. So for this, you're really going to want to cut off a lot of that extra that came from the seam allowance. Faux fur is very thick, so we want to prepare fabric for sewing the two pieces of faux fur together. So for this, I'm just going through and trimming up some of this faux fur. You will not even notice when it comes time to the seam. So basically around 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch away from the edge, just trim off a lot of that faux fur from all three edges so that it's much easier to work with. So I'm just going through, almost giving it a haircut is a way you could think about doing this. So just removing it so that it is not as thick or bulky. Now we are going to be folding this up with long edges together, so very similar to how we did our scrunchie. And I'm just using quilting clips for this, and I'll show in the middle that we're leaving a gap on this one. And then I'm just going through and pinning all of this up. So as you can see, the white faux fur, both those edges are touching, which is why we just did that cleaning. I'm leaving that gap in the middle, and then I'll be sewing the rest of this. So for this, since it is 2 layers of that faux fur, I was able to, again, just use that regular presser foot, but if you do have any issues, you can try a walking foot. Then when I get to that first kind of mark where I'm going to be stopping, I just stop my sewing machine, pick up the needle, and then continue on. And then at any point there's a corner, I am pivoting. And then for my scrunchie tube, I'm just going back through with those short ends together and just sewing that up. So I have my scrunchie tube now complete, and then I also have the tails portion complete. So what we're going to be doing is for the scrunchie tube, I'm taking a safety pin with the elastic and I am just going to guide it through the scrunchie tube. I know for some of these steps I'm going through them pretty quickly. I do have a full tutorial available for how to make a scrunchie available on my Etsy store, as well as how-to guides available on Michael's Maker Place. So you'll be able to get both of these there as well if you just want a little bit more information or kind of a step-by-step process. Once you have the elastic through though, you are just going to match those ends and then sew it back and forth about 4 or 5 times. Now for our tails, again, you're going to want to trim off as much of that extra seam allowance as you can, especially from this faux fur because it is so thick. Once you have done that, the opening that we have in the middle, you are just going to push the fabric through. Now I found, especially when it came time for the edges with the faux fur, a pencil really helped kind of just push this through, and then you'd have to take your time, but it does come out. I will say that if you overthread that can be a little difficult on your hands, but once you get it out, it is then just time to close up both of those holes that we had from turning our scrunchie as well as from turning that tail. So now what we're going to do is just sew this up. I used a hand stitch, but you could definitely sew this up on your machine as well. It just really depends on how much you want to be able to see it. And then once you have it all nice and sewn up, really it's just time for the final step, which is attaching the two. So to attach them together, you are going to take that little tail portion that you made. I like to find wherever I did do that opening where I hand sewed it, and basically this kind of covers it up. And then I'm just going to tie this in a single knot all the way around the top. And here is what my scrunchie with a tail looks like. It turns out so fun and so cute. Absolutely perfect for the holiday season. You can make these with thinner tails, but I highly would recommend only doing that if you're not using the faux fur part. So if you make a tinier scrunchie and tinier tail, do not add faux fur as it will get very difficult to turn. And then you can always brush out or comb out your faux fur if you want to be a little bit fluffier. I hope you enjoyed this very quick little tutorial. Again, there is a full write-up of this available in my Michael's Maker Place, so be sure to check that out. I also have linked the supplies in case that is of interest to you. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what other holiday videos you want to see. Thanks for watching.